Welcome back to Andrew's movie reviews. It is currently, once again, late as shit, and I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. It is 1 o'clock in the morning, just about. So I know last video I said I was gonna watch Mikey 17 or Mickey 17, but I'm not doing that till Sunday because I'm gonna watch it with friends. So I actually saw that they're re-showing, I guess you can call it, Anora, who just won the best picture at the Oscars. I'm a little out of breath, sorry. I had to speed run in my car because it is so cold outside. I was freezing my ass off, but I can't even turn my heater on because I want you guys to be able to hear me. So it was certainly a movie. I want to start by saying this. I didn't think it was a bad film. I just don't really understand why it won an Oscar for Best Picture. But I will say, and I'm going to get her name wrong because as you guys know on this channel, I am fucking awful with names, but Mikey Madsen, I understand why she won Best Actress because she did a really fucking good job. She pulled off like a super good New York accent and like basically I just believed it was her. You know what I mean? Like it was super believable. It was super realistic. And like she pulled off like the psycho, she pulled off like the more exotic areas of her role. So I understand why she won Best Actress. I don't understand why it won Best Picture. That wasn't bad, like I'm saying. Let me put a number to it. At some point, it was wavering between a high 6 to like a high 7. So I think I'm just gonna stick with like a mid 7. Like I saw on IMDb, it has like a 7.7. I would probably say like a 7.5, so like a mid 7. But it wasn't a bad movie. I don't regret watching it or anything. It did feel a little bit too long. Like there were some scenes that just like, I don't want to say they dragged on, but they just felt like they could have been cut out. Yeah, so before I go into spoiler territory, I want to tell a quick story real quick, completely unrelated, but I thought it was really funny. So after the movie, I go to the bathroom to do my, like, you know, do the bathroom things, and I have these urinals, and I'm at the urinal, and one of the guys from my movie theater, because I was like one of the last people to get out with this person, he like started striking up a conversation, and he was like, hey, so what'd you think about the movie? And it like completely threw me off guard. But the thing about these urinals are, there's no dividers in between, right? So he didn't take the one next to me, he took the one like after that, so like 2 urinals away from me, and he was like striking up a conversation with me while we're both just like peeing in urinals, and like it was kind of uncomfortable. You know, like it wasn't like I wasn't like creeped out, but it was like I definitely don't want to have a conversation while I'm peeing in a urinal. And I mean, like, he was cool, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he was a fucking creep or nothing, but like that wasn't on my bingo card of things that happens this year. But I just wanted to tell that real quick, that shit spooked me. Anyways, so here's the spoilery part. So like I was saying about the pacing of this film, I feel like it definitely could have been shorter. What was on screen was good, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it definitely could have been shorter. For example, like the first 30 minutes of the film are just like pure horn everything. Everything is just fucking horny as shit. Let's put it that way, right? You got strip clubs, you got like boobs everywhere, you got sex, lots of sex, and it's like, I get you're trying to build the characters and you're trying to build, like, establish a relationship, but like I think after a while we got the idea. You know what I mean? Like I think we got the idea, but like I don't know how to say this without sounding like a creep, but like it definitely kept me engaged. Not just because of the fucking nudity, but like it did keep me engaged. It just after a while it started dragging on a little bit, and like I did pull out my phone at some points. That being said, it was basically empty, and I always sit in the very back. So if I do pull out my phone, I make sure no one's around, so I'm not being an asshole. So before you come at me, I make sure to not be a fucking dickhead when I do it. But so there's like sections to this movie, right? Like there's the beginning section, and then the section where he meets the guy and like falls in love, and then the section where they're like in the house like fighting with each other, and then there's a section where they're finding the person. And it's like every single section I felt like took a little too long, and it started losing my interest. So like at each section I lost my interest. Not like, I don't want to say lost my interest, my interest went down a bit during each section. So like I don't know, it wasn't like it was not entertaining, it just like it got old after a while, you know what I mean? It's like maybe we could have taken off one stop on the journey of finding Ivan, what the fuck his name was? Ivan? Maybe we could take out one stop of his journey of trying to find him. Maybe we could take off one bit where we're kicking some dude in the fucking face and calling him crazy. Like, maybe we could take out one bit of the fucking stripping and the whole fucking sex in the goddamn film. It could have been a 2-hour movie instead of a 2.5-hour movie. Was it 2.5 hours? Like 2 something? Could be like an hour and 45. I don't know. But it just felt like it dragged on just a little bit too much for me. And it's like, the plot itself wasn't anything like crazy either. I mean, like the story, how do I explain this? The story was crazy. What happened to it was crazy, but it wasn't anything that was like, I don't want to say like, it was like mind blowing. Like, it didn't blow my mind, right? Like, it wasn't like maybe it's because I'm a kind of person who likes like twists. I don't think there was a single twist in this film. I think it was a very straightforward film. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, it felt like if you had like a vacation, like a crazy 2-day vacation, and like you were living that. I think it did a really good job of like, this is like a realistic experience, if that makes sense. So it wasn't anything like, it wasn't like fucking Hangover or something. I never watched Hangover, but I assume Hangover was fucking batshit insane. It wasn't like that batshit insane. It was like realistic batshit insane, if that makes sense. And that was cool. I also fucking love the dialogue in this film. Like, all the fucking like New York girls annoyed the fuck out of me, but like in the most New York realistic way humanly possible. And some of the dialogue was fucking hilarious, and it definitely felt super realistic. I really liked the dialogue. I really liked the acting. I don't know. It's just parts of it that kind of like fell apart for me after a while, but overall, I still think it was good. I think I enjoyed Dune Part 2 more. I didn't watch a lot of movies from the last year, so like Dune Part 2 is one of the few ones, but I did think I enjoyed Dune Part 2 more than I enjoyed this film. Was Dune 2 even nominated? I don't even remember, but I think it deserved the other awards. I forget what other awards it won, but I know Mickey Madsen, I hope I said her name right. I think she, for sure, like I said, deserves the Oscar for Best Actress. I think she did a great job. I don't know how she prepared for her role. I'm sure she prepared for her role. I don't know how she did it, but she did a good job of preparing for her role. Let's put it that way. But yeah, my thoughts are a little jumbled, so this is gonna be a pain in the ass to edit. But yeah, thank you for watching. For sure, the next video will be Mickey 17. I'm probably gonna watch that on Sunday. But yeah, Anora. Should you watch it? If you want, honestly. So when you watch this movie, don't watch it in front of your parents. It's like, I feel like you should watch it with somebody, because if you watch it by yourself, it feels kind of creepy after a while. Because I don't want imagine if I'm watching this film in my house and like my parents walk in and just watch like what's happening on the screen. Like, they're gonna think they're gonna think I'm watching things I shouldn't be watching in a Christian household. We're not a Christian household, but you know what I mean, right? But like, it's still a good movie. Maybe when Netflix picks it up, you can watch it. I don't think, well, you can't really watch it in theaters anymore because it's already out. It came out last year, but it's a difficult thing to recommend. Let's put it that way, right? It's like if Magic Mike had a good story. is how I would recommend it. If you're in the mood for Magic Mike and you're not a girl, I mean, you might be into it. I don't know, but I don't want to judge. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. Watch it if you fucking want. Fucking find it somewhere. I'm sure you can rent it somewhere. Just fucking watch it. Who cares, bro? It's fucking, if anything, just watch it because it won the goddamn Oscar and formulate your own opinion. That's what I think. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm fucking exhausted. Good night.